Good morning. My name is Pam Lee, and I am a member of the Sunday Services team. It feels so good to be together with you in this space. Our return today, while not as we would like it to be, perhaps, still makes me feel happy and hopeful. We have all been through rough waters, no doubt about it. For me, loss, isolation, fear, and anger have been off and on again companions for the past 18 months, and they still can be at times. But throughout it all, I've known that you all were here. We shared these feelings virtually on Sundays, and I didn't feel so alone. I also knew that support and understanding was just a phone call away. So we have come together today to celebrate our connection, our community, and our return with the symbolic mixing of water. Margaret Atwood said, "Water does not resist, water flows. When you plunge your hand into it, all you feel is a caress. Water is not a solid wall. It will not stop you. But water always goes where it wants to go, and nothing in the end can stand against it. Water is patient. Dripping water wears away a stone. Remember that, my child. You are half water. If you can't go through an obstacle, go around. Water does." This description of water reminds me of the strength and the resilience of our congregation, and how we remain a vital, loving, and determined community. Today, we've taken that first step toward a more familiar way of being together. I believe we have learned much about how important our connections with each other are, and how we want our congregation to grow and thrive in this new season. Come, let us worship.
I wonder this morning, what is in the Wonder Box? Anyone want to help me open the Wonder Box? Yeah, what? We'll open it. Oh my gosh, what is it? Oh, it's a big pouring thing of water. Pitcher is the word. Let's see, I'm out of practice. Boy. Is there water in there? Can you see water in there? Oh. See? Yeah, it's there. It's not magic. Yeah, there it is. Good. So this water can do many things. What would you pour water on if you were outside? Would you pour it on your brother? Oh, your plants? Oh, yes, good. Excellent. Should we pour some over here? Okay. Well, beautiful flowers from Sharon Boyce today. Maybe if we're hot, we can put a little on us, like in a sprinkler. Well, one of the things I've been thinking about are some of my flowers in my garden. And some of them are getting a little dry. Remember how much rain there was a couple months ago? Where'd the rain go? You know? And this past year, all of us have been a little cooped up inside. And sometimes we haven't gotten the water that we need by being in community. One of the things I'm so excited about now is that we're starting to be back together in person. And in that, we're able to kind of come back to life. You ever see a plant kind of droopy? And you give them a little more water, or her a little, or them a little more water, and then all of a sudden they just start perking back up. And I think about that with all of us, that we might be a little droopy these last 500 days. And oh boy, are we hoping that we'll pick back up in these months to come. So today, I think about this water ritual that all of us are going to get to participate in, even sixth graders. And fourth graders back there. And we're going to get to water our community, water our lives back together. I'm so excited that you're staying in the service for this ritual because it's really important to people of all ages. And I'm really excited for all the learning and growing and watering we're going to be doing this year. That sound fun? Okay.
We are all longing to go home to some place we have never been, a place half remembered and half envisioned we can only catch glimpses of from time to time. Community. Somewhere there are people to whom we can speak with passion without having our words catch in our throats. Somewhere a circle of hands will open to receive us. Eyes will light up when we enter. Voices will celebrate with us whenever we come into our own power. Community means strength that joins our strength to do the work that needs to be done. Arms to hold us when we falter, a circle of healing, a circle of friends, someplace where we can be free.
The strength of water takes on many, many forms. Just as each of you has a unique and necessary strength that you bring to our community and to the work of love. Take a moment now to go deep down to think of the wellspring of your own spirit and bathe yourself in the strength that is the groundwater of your person. Are you a roaring fall, wearing rock away with sheer force of will? Are you a tiny drop of water in a crevice, breaking it open slowly, steadily? Are you buoyant, like a great salt lake, practiced at holding others aloft? Are you tenacious, like the mountain stream, finding your way down and around every obstacle you face? Are you still and calm like the pond at daybreak, offering radiance, peace by your shores? Are you in touch with hidden depths, pulling from a vast well? Do you soothe like the steam rising from a cup of tea? Do you dissolve away stubborn muck like water left in a pot to soak? Do you soften and smooth the edges like a creeping fog? Do you clear away distraction like a cleansing rain? Do you roll with the ebb and flow like the ocean waves? Settle your mind upon the strength, power that is yours. Draw that strength into your heart. Draw it into your soul. As we gather together the many waters of this community, we need each of your power, each of your resilience, each of your love to make us whole. We are a way off from winter. A good several months of hot and then warm, cool, and then chilly weather remains before us before we arrive to winter once more. And this morning, today, as we gather for the first time in this sanctuary, as we gather over 500 days since our last live Sunday morning service together, it is as if it is the first day of spring. 500 days of winter. We stood frozen at times, rigid in our isolated ice-cubed trays, and yet, in our love for one another and for this world, we found the hope and courage to find our way back here, to make it through the storm, through the snow, and through a very, very difficult year and a half, to arrive here for this special ingathering water Sunday. Today we are gathering the waters of our community. The waters, once frozen and stiff, are loosening and flowing more freely. Oh, how odd it must feel to be that snow-capped mountain that lifts its head to the approaching sun, that starts a trickle, that forms a droplet, that flows slowly down, away from what once was, toward an unknown future. Dare we believe it, that it could be the ocean one day? And yet that is how we have found one another today. Each of us droplets spread thin, worn, but still moving toward this sanctuary where we affirm love, where we celebrate it, and where we devote ourselves to justice and to a better world. Water Sunday, which is called different things in different congregations, such as the water ceremony, or water communion, or the mingling of waters, and ingathering Sunday, all of these are expressions of the very same human need that we long for throughout our lives, a chance to return home, to return to our wider family, to our friends, to a community that moves forward, not backward, but forward in love. Water, the theme and imagery that will guide us not only today, but throughout this month, is appropriate. For in its essence, it is an invitation to return, to remember, and to renew. To return, to remember, and to renew. Return, remember, renew. These are the themes we will explore this month with the help of water. Indeed, it feels that if our work is to do anything this year, it is to hold close the important rituals of returning, remembering, and renewing. Today, though, we begin with an important step. We must return. And just as the stream flows into the river, which makes its way to the sea, that journey is not instantaneous. We do not miraculously, in an instant, return, as if we are a borrowed library book or an off-the-mark holiday gift from a relative. We don't just immediately return to one another. Instead, it is a process of returning, of flowing, of gradually opening back up to one another, slowly trusting once more, sharing once more of our lives together. This morning, you were invited to bring some water with you from your life, from your home or from your travels, from a nearby source of water, or from the falling rain. Soon, we will all gather these waters, our waters, into a common vessel here before us, as a symbol of the strength of our community, the courage of our community, and the hope we share for our future. If you did not bring water, we have a vessel here for pouring some that we have. and we want everyone to feel fully welcome to participate. Let's now begin in gathering our waters of community, and with each pour, with each droplet, may we feel not alone, but connected to a larger body of love and compassion. This water is a symbol of our community. In it, each of us has brought a little part of who we are and who we were before the pandemic, and of who we are becoming through this pandemic. It is good to gather the waters of our community. It is good to be together in this place. Consider once more for a moment some of the words from Jamila Batchelder and the Reverend Molly Houch-Gordon, who invite us to recognize the diversity of waters we bring to this special place. What form of water do you take? Are you a roaring fall wearing a rock away with the sheer force of will? Are you a tiny drop of water in the crevice, breaking it open slowly, steadily? Are you buoyant, like a great salt lake, practiced at holding others aloft? Are you still and calm, like the pond at daybreak, finding your way down and around every obstacle you face? Do you soothe like the stream rising from a cup of tea? Do you dissolve away stubborn muck, like water left in a pot to soak? Do you clear away distraction like a cleansing rain? You roll with the ebb and flow like the ocean waves. Whatever form of water you embody this morning, know that you are sitting near another droplet or pond, an ocean wave, or rising steam, friends and family beside you who will carry on as we make our way through whatever these months ahead have in store. Even as it feels like the first day of spring, we know that life turns, that this too shall pass. But just as the world turns, so must we toward each new day, each new opportunity to live our lives grounded in our values and in our commitments to one another and to the world. May this water, which we will take outside following the service to water our grounds, may this water refresh us this month, this year, and throughout this life. As we return, as we remember, and as we renew ourselves and our community, may this water, may our waters remind us that we are indeed not alone. May it be so. And amen.